Hello, sunshines. Welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm your host, Heather, known as Bunnyfish on all the internet places. And today is Wednesday, the 27th of August. How are you? I am so tired. If you're new here, I'm a school teacher and school is back in session. So that's where I've been the past almost 3 weeks by the time this goes out. Well, you have not been able to see me. I'm currently in the first week of school, but we had 2 weeks of back to school professional development. And so, yeah, I haven't done a ton of knitting, but I have done some. And I finished a book and started a book. So I don't have any knitting with me today. What? I know. My youngest kiddo had high school orientation today. So she was chatting to me. It's very strange. We were at the same school forever, and now she's at a different school. So we were chatting this morning, and I forgot to grab my knitting on the way out the door. But I did grab a book. So the book that I'm currently reading is Kindred by Octavia Butler. I'm not very far into it. It is about a woman who jumps through time, kind of, is what I'm gathering. Like, I feel like she's in present time, or I think it said maybe the 70s. Maybe it said 1979, but she jumps back to early 1800s. So, yeah. She's Black, so that is very important when you're thinking about what that time frame looks like. And it's scary. That's a very scary prospect. So I'm not very far into it, maybe like 20 pages, but I am enjoying the idea of the book. I finished reading, I don't even know if I talked about this on one of the vlogs. I finished reading The School for Good and Evil, book number 2, World Without Princes, by, what is it, Soman Chinani, something like that. I really enjoyed that one. I liked that one better than the first one, because it was more boys versus girls instead of like, oh, princesses should have their princes and stuff. So I enjoyed that a lot. All right, I will check in with you hopefully the next couple days, definitely before the end of the month, and show you what I have been working on, even though it hasn't been very much. Hey friends, it's Thursday the 28th, and this is my work project. It is Fiber Nymph Dye Works, it's Fungi Pie, and I think what I'm going to do, we don't have school tomorrow or Monday because of the Labor Day holiday here in the US. So I think I'm going to take it home and try to get the leg through get it through the heel. And then it's just going to stay at school. Like, it's not going to travel back and forth. And this is going to be my school knitting because my lunch is a little shorter this year. So yeah, I think this is going to just be my school knitting. Maybe not. Maybe next week I'll bring in an actual lunch project. We'll see. Today I actually feel settled at lunch, and I haven't felt settled at lunch all week, so maybe I'll bring another project. But this one's just going to live here so that I can't have happen what happened yesterday, which was forgetting it at home and then not having a knitting project at school. So it'll definitely be in my classroom knitting. Hello, sunshines. It is Saturday, the 30th of August, and I haven't seen you in so long. I'm sorry. Back to school. I don't know if I misremember how tiring it is. Like, I remembered that it was very tiring, but I don't remember it being this exhausting. Maybe it has been in the past. I don't know. But I haven't done very much knitting, so I didn't really have a lot to talk about. But I want to kind of wrap up August with you and like make some plans, show you what I worked on. So I pulled everything, all of my projects were piled up here. pulled all of it off. I do still have a secret project going, which I am excited for you to see about in the Crafty, the Yarny YouTube Hop Fall Edition. I'm still working on it. I want it to be done by now. Spoiler alert, but that's okay. It's a big project. And it's not fall yet, so I have time for that. I think since the last time I saw you, I put in a fair amount of work on this. This is the worm for my niece. So I was here the last time I showed it to you, and I want it to be my wingspan. And let's see, turning this way. Oh, I think, yeah. Ooh, that's exciting. I think I'm there. Let me try one more time. I'm gonna go like actual sideways and not like turn. Yeah. Okay. So I need to do this much, which I think is how much I told you last time, but I don't know why it didn't do it. So I need to do a finger's length of knitting, and this is just straight knitting in the round. Unless I decide I want to throw a color in there again, which I might. Or maybe I'll throw in a garter row or like a welt. I'll probably throw in another like reverse stockinette section. So yeah, this is getting very close to done. I really want this to be finished in September so that I can mark it off of my Crafty bingo, because I've been knocking out so many projects. I really want to like make I really want to have Q3 be working on just like 1 or 2 goals on my Crafty bingo, and I would really like to be able to focus on scrappy blankets in the month of December. Like that's kind of my goal, which means I have a lot to do. So what's next? This is the socks for my oldest kiddo. This one is almost ready to be put onto 9-inch circulars. I think I have 4 rounds to go, and then it goes on to 9-inch circulars. So I feel like this should become my lunchtime knitting and should live at work. I need to double check that, make sure that's what it is, and get it onto this 9-inch circular, and then take it to work and leave it there for lunchtime work. I don't have the project that I was talking to you at the beginning, at the first clip. Here's the second one. It's just kind of waiting and hold for right now, because I think it would just be easier to have this as a focus thing. Here's the other thigh high for my oldest kiddo. So this first pair is being knit out of Knit Picks Stroll in black, Cattails yarn in Gleeman's Cloak on US size 1 for most of the leg until we switch to 0, right where like a standard sized sock would start. And then this is the one that I'm making out of Haverland Minis, and this is where I was last time you saw it. So I did 1.5 colors on that. How much did I work? Oh, I did a fair bit of work on this one since the last time you saw it. I did a full stripe and then most of another stripe. So that's good. Really though, once back to school professional development started, like I struggled to work on knitting projects at all. Like I took some, but it's just I worked during the meeting, or I knit during the meetings, and I was exhausted all the time. So I just didn't get very much done. I have not started the leg warmers for my daughter yet. I want to today finish this little guy. So this is the monster that I started, I don't know what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a bunny, because I just found this other nugget of the Noro yarn. So I have this much left. So I think I'm quick going to knit some ears. stuff whatever doesn't get used inside, sew it off, and then put some eyes on it. And I'd really like to do that today. So hopefully you'll be seeing a picture of it right here, finished, because I would really like to finish off this project. And then I can take it to school and put it in my prize box for students. I've not worked on my spinning at all, I don't think, but I have it. I have it easily accessible, so I can work on it. And I think on the weekends, a reasonable goal is one day on the weekend, put a little bit of work into every single project that I have. That just makes me, I really, really like all of my projects. I really want to be able to touch all of the projects that I have. Okay, so in this cute little mermaid bag, I have yarn for my next square. As I told you, I finished the School for Good and Evil, A World Without Princes, and this is my School for Good and Evil combination for my reading blanket. And then this is for the outside, so I kind of also want to get this done. Maybe not today, but this weekend. So if I finish it today, I will put in a picture, but that would be like second priority after this. And then I also have a test knit sock for Alundria Knits. And I don't remember the name off of the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen. She just released it a couple days ago. So if you're watching this video right when it goes up, there should be, if you go and find her post, which I will link on my Instagram stories for the next 24 hours, she usually has a little bit of a discount code for release weekend. So it's really cute. It's designed to work with 10-gram minis. I'm using 5-gram minis, and the 5-gram minis are going to be just fine for both pairs of socks. And a contrast color. So this is, for me, I wear a US size 8 to 9 depending on the shoe. And 5 grams of each contrast color is going to be plenty. I am going to pick randomly for the second sock, except I'm going to make sure that this part, the part that's on the gusset on the first sock, goes on the leg of the second sock. Maybe, I think I'm going to put it in the same place where this bright green was. Just because I think that like having the two bright greens where they are on this sock is really cute, but maybe not. I just know that this one right here, I don't want to accidentally have it on the gusset and then run out. That's the only place that I'm worried about the 5-gram mini if it's used for both sections that go on the gusset. The yarn that I'm using for this sock is Knit Pick Stroll in Ash, and the 5-gram minis are Haverland minis. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I still have to weave in some ends. I started by cutting the gray, but then I just decided that that was silly and I didn't want to weave that extra end. And so I carried the gray across the green. It's only 6 rounds to carry it up. So it's not that much as long as you make sure it's loose. And then I carried the green where it splits over the gray. So like we have this green and then the same green, but it goes over the gray. I carried the green there too. So yeah, excited to have this sock finished. I'm going to cast on the second one sometime this weekend. It's low priority to finish the second one. Like nothing that I have on the needles right now is super high priority except my kiddos' thigh highs, because I need those for a gift and the worm. But I don't think anything else that I have is high priority. No, just those two projects. Everything else is kind of like, I want to have them done by a certain time, but I'm the only person who knows that I want them done by that certain time. So I'm going to cast it on, but it's not super important to get done at any specific time because I finished the sock within the test period. So we're good there. I have also the 2023 Advent sock still going. It's going. I think I want to make this like my at-home focus project. So like in evenings when I have brain space, I want to get it done because it's been on the needles for so long and it's so pretty, but I want it done. So I think this is going to be that project. I did wind up the 2024 yarn because for some reason I thought I was going to knit a ton in August and I didn't. And I was going to finish this one and cast on this one. So that's not what happened, but that's okay. I brought in my car knitting project because remember the worm was, it just lived in my car and I knit on it. Like when I ran my kid to the store or if I stopped at a really long train because I live in a city that has trains that run for like 5 minutes. So I have a car project and this is my car project. So it hasn't gotten a ton of work, but that's okay. It is Patons Croix in the Midnight Orchid colorway. It's a sock for me, not high priority. Other than, I have this idea that all of the yarn that I bought this year, I would like to use up this year. It's a big, lofty goal. I still think it's attainable once I get through the beginning of the school year exhaustion. Because I know that I knit during the school year. I know it's a thing that I have done and can do. It's just been like these past 3 weeks. No way. Okay, so I also have the cowl that I'm working on for my sister, which I haven't shown you in a while, and I believe I've done some work since the last time you saw it. Oh yeah, it's just like an inch. But, I did put in an inch on that project. So this is a cowl that's knit on US size. What size are you? US size 2, 2.75 millimeter needles. It is just knit around and around. I don't remember how many stitches I cast on. I'll open it up so you can see it since it's been a minute. I did provisionally cast it on. So once I finish knitting it, provisional cast on. Once I finish knitting it, I will take out the provisional cast on. I will sew it up. I do want it to be long enough to wrap around twice. So I'm not quite there. I'm like 1 1/4 times around circumference wise. I do have, I believe that this was where I was at the beginning of the year. I believe. I do kind of have a thought of when I would like it to be done. I'm not going to put it out there in case I don't finish it by that time, but it's not this year. So I kind of just pick this up, do a couple rounds, work on something else and then put it away for the day or the week, as the case may be. I do really, really like to touch all of my projects once a week. So I do want to get back to that. And then I have this wrap that I'm making for my aunt. And last time you saw it, I was here. So I've put on about an inch on this. Can I finish this by winter holiday? Probably not. That's okay. I do want to keep working away on it though. So yeah, I don't know. I really, really miss having more time to work on projects. I really miss that life, but that's not my life now. So that's okay. I told you I was reading Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. And yesterday I read 90 pages, which is a lot for me in a day. I don't usually read that much in a day. There are parts that are horrific and awful and heart-wrenching, but also the story is just so fascinating. The only thing that I can kind of compare it to is The Time Traveler's Wife. If you read that, it's kind of like that. Kind of. With the time jumping. Although the rate of time change is very, very different in this book. But I really am enjoying the read. I'm not enjoying everything that it talks about, but like the mental stimulation of the read is, I just want to, I'm going to finish it this weekend because I'm on page 152 and there's only 262 pages. Yeah, 264 pages with the epilogue. So I'm finishing that this weekend. I really, really like it. How have you been? Do you deal with the back to school? Are you a parent? Are you a student? Are you not dealing with it at all? So like you're just enjoying the seasonal transition change. It has finally cooled down here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've taken the AC unit out of my window. I'm seriously contemplating putting my fan away for this season. I haven't done that yet, but we'll see what this next week, what the weather is like. I might put it away next weekend because I love it so much, but also it takes up floor space. So are you looking forward to the transition into fall or spring, depending on where you are? I am so looking forward to the transition into fall. It's so nice that like in the mornings I'm like, ooh, I need my hoodie. I love fall. I love cool weather. I am not a summertime person. Anyway, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. I'm not sure what September's vlog is going to look like, if it's going to be clippy or if it's going to be me just sitting down at the end of September and being like, here's what I did this month. I have no idea. But I'll figure out a rhythm again, hopefully in September. Hopefully by October I've got it down. We'll see. Bye for now, friends.